we should act upon, which we are ordered about and which we should have, is the fikr akhirah, the concern for the hereafter. In other words, the next life, the world to come. Are we not to go, my brothers? Obviously we are to go. We say we are going to go. We're going to depart. We know about the hereafter. We know about the severe conditions to come, how death will come, how hard will be death, whether will we have iman at the time of death? Will I be able to recite the kalima at the time of death? Will somebody come and look after me or punish me in the hereafter? Will there be anybody to see me in a nice way? We have no guarantee. 100% there's concern. There should be. Sometimes, for example, to save ourselves from problems. If, for example, you have a doubt that something will give me death, and we prepare to stave off death. Oh, there's a danger here, maybe I'll die due to this. So we prepare and we do such precautionary measures. For example, there's a person, he's got guards, he's got bodyguards, and he's got security around him. That I don't want anybody to hit me or beat him. But what does he know? That Allah Ta'ala hasn't put his death in such a way. Rather, he will lie down on his mattress and pass away. Then who will save him then? This happens, isn't it? So, this fikr, concern and worry for the hereafter, fikr akhirah, is a very important feeling and condition we need to bring into our lives. And if this fikr disappears, we don't try, we're not focused, we don't ask Allah for help, we don't make attempts ourselves, we don't make efforts ourselves, and life will pass and death will come. We didn't have fikr, we didn't prepare due to that fikr, that concern of the hereafter. So if we don't prepare for the hereafter, then what will I get in the hereafter? Such a simple point, isn't it? So first of all, we need to do dua. Always pray that Allah, please give us the fikr of the hereafter. This is the whole summary of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the crux of the message of Islam, the message for the success of the hereafter. Jannah will attain from this, hellfire will be saved from due to this, we'll see Allah due to this, and we'll get the highest level in paradise due to this factor. All of the life, the ibadat, the worship actions will be accepted due to this factor. Subhanallah. All of the efforts we make, all the elevation we want hereafter, kutab, abdal, we want to become walis of Allah, will become due to this factor, due to the order of Allah, this order that we need to fulfill. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the meaning of what I'm saying? وَضَرُوا, Allah Ta'ala says, ظَاهِرُ إِثْمِ وَالْبَاطِنِ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders, oh my servant, save yourself. This is Allah's order. Save yourselves. Allah says, save yourself. وَضَرُوا. From which thing? From the external sins and the internal sins. Batini. The internal sins, subhanAllah. This is the real fikr that we need to observe and implement. This is the fikr. What is it? So the importance of this is nothing in our lives today. We say, oh, I pray salah, he prays salah, oh, I go on tabligh, oh, he does these actions, he does a lot of dhikr, he's a Sufi, he's always in the masjid. Fine, no doubt. No doubt. But the scale on which all the deeds, the worship actions will be measured, Allah is saying, what is that scale? That do I have fikr, or do I exercise caution? Do I execute this action? That the zahiri sins, the external sins and the internal sins, the spiritual sins, how do I leave these? How do I disconnect from these? Say subhanallah, subhanallah. And this is our fikr afdal. The greatest fikr we need to have. The greatest concern from the time I wake up in the morning, every salah, I should do dua. And all of our efforts should be for this end. I shouldn't sin externally, zahiri. So what is the definition of sin? Which we need to try our best to leave. Sins. Yes? So the definition of sin equals those actions that are disobeying Allah's orders. Simple as that. Allah Ta'ala has given us an order to practice something, and we are not practicing that. What does that equal? Sin. Allah Ta'ala has ordered us to leave something, to refrain from something, and we do that action, then what does that equal? A sin. Easy as that. Simple as that. This is the definition. If Allah is telling us to leave something, to refrain from something, and we're practicing that, then we're practicing a sin. Yes? And if Allah Ta'ala has ordered us to exercise something, implement something, and we don't do that, then that's a sin. Yes? So there are two types here Allah Ta'ala has mentioned in this verse. One is those disobedient actions which are done externally, and one of those actions, disobedience to Allah, that is done internally, batini. So zahiri sins, I have to save myself, the external sins, the bodily sins, the physical sins I need to leave. Yes? But Allah Ta'ala says the second type, there are two types. The batini sins, what are they? That you have hatred for someone, envy for someone, backbiting, anger, breaking somebody's rights. And 27, 28 times more than that, lying, spying, suspecting. These are all internal sins. Envy, hatred, malice, to look at somebody in a negative way. These are all batini sins, internal sins. Don't run to worship. Worry about this state, my Mawla, that please Allah, please let me leave the sins. Okay, now I pass away, I die. What will I be punished about first and foremost? For my sins. In the grave, what will be my hal? The sins will wrap around me and punish me. Punish me. What will happen on the day of Hashr, day of resurrection? I'll get punished for my sins. On the bridge of Sirat, who will not be able to cross? The sins will not allow me to cross. And what will prevent me to going to Jannah? The sins will prevent me not to going to Jannah. Allah, what a big target Allah has given to us. Understand what I'm saying? So there are two types of sins, Zahir wa Batin. So this is the meaning of this. And the second meaning here is that one is to commit sins, to do sins. Yeah. And Allah has ordered us keep the beard, and I shave the beard. What is this? This is to reject Allah's order. Allah says observe parda, and she wanders around with that niqab. Allah says observe haya, modesty. She walks around with such libas, dress code, that people are ashamed. So this is rejecting, disobeying Allah. You got a tasbih in your hand. Allah, the order is, Allah Ta'ala orders, the orders of Allah, I'm breaking them, rejecting. I'm praying salah, but I'm committing sins. I'm praying salah, but my appearance is not that of a mu'min. Then is this observing Allah Ta'ala's orders? Implementing, it's wajib. My face should be in a certain way. I'm breaking Allah's order. I'm standing as a sinner.